Hello, everyone. Welcome. It looks like I hit live prematurely because this is the IO Interactive Showcase, which was supposed to start at 9 p.m. here Eastern, and it looks like they still got a countdown going on. It's almost 5 minutes after, another 5 minutes. So it looks like they're starting 10 after. So we got some time to chat. Um, So I know that I think there's three games that they're focusing on for this showcase. Obviously, First Light, the new 007 game, Hitman, World of Assassination. I mean, it's all written there. And then what is it called? Mind something. I can't remember what it is. The one that's like has some controversy around it right now, over stuff that the developer said. Um, so yeah, and then it's showing different the developers here. It looks like they've just been going through like clips that people have made on Twitch. I don't know what that's about. Um, just I guess I could use this time to recap. Earlier today we reacted to the Summer Game Fest main show. So that reaction is available now on YouTube if you want to watch it. Following that was the Day of the Devs. And I think I'll be honest. I think I wrote down more games that I'm interested in Day of the Devs than the actual Summer Game Fest showcase. So there wasn't a lot for Summer Game Fest for me this year. Um, Even stuff I wrote down was like, yeah, okay, I guess that looks okay. Oh, I guess what I can. I mean, I don't know if I want to spoil it. Do you guys want to know spoiler? If you guys don't want to know spoilers, I guess just forward it. If you haven't watched Summer Game Fest yet, I gotta sneeze. Like, kind of hold it in here. Okay, very good. So I wrote down the Cube, which is an interesting looking multiplayer game where there's a cube that's like shifting around and changing like a Rubik's cube. It's just like it's rotating, but you're playing on top of the surface of the cube. So the gameplay shifts because the world is shifting constantly. So it's a very interesting concept. Um the next one that I really wrote down was Mio, which is that Metroidvania, which we've seen before. That wasn't new, so I'm pretty sure I've seen that one before. So anytime there's a Metroidvania, I'm down to check it out because I do like that style of game. There's updates to Splitgate 2 and a new thing called Killer Inn. I think it's new anyway, where that's like a murder mystery kind of game in a hotel. So that's interesting. That's also a multiplayer game. So actually, all of those are multiplayer games except for Mio. So that's interesting that I wrote all that down because I'm usually writing down the single player stuff. So yeah, there's more stuff in the Day of the Dev, so I think that's more interesting if you want to watch that. It's bigger developer deep dive too because they get more time with it. Since there's not as many games being shown back to back. Then there was the Devolver Direct, which is always a fun time watching every year. This year they focused on one game, which is an interesting choice, having an entire direct for one game. But they did it, and it still had that Devolver humor. So I don't know if you want to watch it just for that, just to see what they did this year with their direct. Then that's available. And so now we're doing the IO Interactive Showcase, where they're showcasing. I think it's just three games. There might be showcasing more, but I'm pretty sure it's Hitman, 007, and this other game that they've been talking about, Mind's Eye. That's what it is. Um, and tomorrow is going to be the big day. Even though there's not like big showcases, it is a big indie day. We're starting off. I mean, I can give the breakdown here because we're still in the countdown. So the schedule that we have for Spawn Trap, and who knows, we might have to like drop some stuff depending on how the day is going. But I'm gonna give things in Eastern time because that's where I am right now, and that's how things are scheduled. So, yeah, tomorrow at noon, we're going to start the day with the Wholesome Direct. Pretty much every hour after that, it's going to be a new showcase. So, at 1 p.m. is going to be Women Led Games. At 2 p.m. is going to be the Latin American Game Showcase. At 3 p.m. is the Southeast Asian Game Showcase. At 4 p.m., which I would consider is the big showcase of the day, is going to be the Future Game Show. You might be saying, Till, on the Summer Game Fest website, that says it's a Green Game Showcase. I am aware. They are both scheduled at the same time. Future Game Show is not a partnered Summer Game Fest showcase, even though its sister site's showcase, PC Gaming Show, is. That's on the Sunday, so it's a little bit confusing. But Future Game Show is happening at 4 p.m. I think we've opted to watch that instead of the Green Game Showcase, so we're gonna be missing Green Game Showcase. Future Game Show usually goes a long time, so we're going to be watching that for a bit. And then at 7 p.m. is going to be the Frosty Game Fest. So that's where we're going to end the day. There is Frosty Game Fest. On Sunday, shorter day, but still a significant day. So at 1 p.m. is going to be the Xbox Game Showcase plus the Outer Worlds 2 Direct. So that's happening at 1 p.m. on Sunday. And then at 3 p.m. Sunday is going to be the PC Gaming Show. I think most of us are going to be here for that day. So on Sunday, you should be seeing the most faces, even though Saturday is the longest day. I think it's going to be me and mostly Icy Arrow on Saturday. There might be some people hopping in and out that day. Sunday, it seems like more people are going to be joining us. And that's pretty much it. Anything after that, we don't know. It's not in our schedule. We may or may not do stuff. Depends on when it is and how fast we can group together. But that's pretty much it. So anyway, I'm going to go back to watching the showcase here. So let's see what the IO Interactive Showcase is all about. Ice Air is responding to me. So the 007 game looks awesome though. That was at the PlayStation State of Play. What's with the volume? What's with the sound? It sounds like garbage. This is from the official IO Interactive channel. Oh wow, that audio is terrible.
Hello everyone. Gamers of the world, welcome to a celebration of play, creativity, and passion.
This is like
Welcome to the very first
an old school
IO
E3
We are live
showcase.
from the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood, and I am Brittany Johnson. I'm going to be your host for the night.
You're actually doing
We're
a live
gonna
show.
have a really
This is
fun
so
night
weird.
talking about games, first looks, deep dives.
This is
and
so
yes,
weird. What
special
IO Interactive's like, hey, what if it was E3? It's like
we'll
E3
find
doesn't
some of the creators
exist.
of the
What
magic
if we
and
make
have
our
an
own
intro too.
E3?
So buckle up, power up, and lock in. Our first guest is none other than the CEO of IO Interactive, Hakan
The audio's so bad.
Abrak.
It's terrible. Like Court was making a comment on the audio earlier for the actual Summer Game Fest main show. This is so much worse than that.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of
shit.
Hitman.
Oh,
From a
really?
team of few passionate tech pioneers,
That makes
IO
sense,
ideated
yeah,
to build
because it
more
started
ambitious projects
around the
such
GameCube
as
era, I
Hitman,
think.
World of Assassination, which created its own genre with a single-player game that gave thousands of hours of fun. On our mission to bring Hitman everywhere, whether it's by bringing Hitman to new platforms or by collaborating with celebrities as elusive
Sure,
targets,
2000
we just reached a new milestone.
would have
as we
been
count
the
80
sixth
million
generation of
players
consoles,
in
yeah.
World of Assassination.
So it was at that launch. It was in that
And
launch year
25
of those
million units
consoles.
sold since
That's
16.
crazy. I didn't
Our
realize
fans have
that.
supported us all these years, whether they recently joined the ride or joined it as early as I did. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh wow. Yeah, November 19th, 2000. Hitman 2, 2002. What a time for gaming. It's that sixth generation of consoles, man. Man, contracts. 2004. Wow. Blood and Money. 2006. This would have been 7th gen then, right? When 7th gen was starting. Maybe it could have been I actually don't know the Hitman history. That could have been one that was like cross generations, because that would have been around the time where games were being released for both. 2012 would be actually 2012 would be, when was Xbox One? I think this would have been cross generation too, right? It'd been like 360 and Xbox One. And then 3, okay. Yep, these are all current gen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Christian, Chief Creative Officer at IO. Hitman and the World of Assassination launched in 2016. So we're coming up on almost a decade of a live and ever-expanding game, including our very popular elusive targets. Back then, we created the opening level in Paris as a sophisticated, high-stakes location for a classic international spy thriller. And today, it becomes the perfect backdrop for a crossover between Hitman and James Bond. We're introducing the
So are they
iconic
saying
built
they're
Bond villain
the same
Lucifer as
universe?
an elusive target, and it's a perfect fit for Hitman and Paris, and we are immensely proud to team up with Denmark's own Mads Mikkelsen for a reprisal of his iconic role. So it's time to look at some gameplay. Please welcome IO designers Eskil and Martin.
I wish Lumi was available for this, because she's I think she's our resident 007 fan.
Good morning, 47. Your target is the elusive shadow banker, known only as Le Chiffre. A financial mastermind with suspected ties to the criminal underworld, he has made a fortune manipulating global markets by orchestrating disruption to drive stock fluctuations in his favor. However, a recent failed venture left him in dire straits, losing vast sums of both legitimate and illicit capital. In a desperate bid to recover, he has arranged a high-stake poker game at the Casino Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have deemed this unacceptable. Should Le Chiffre succeed, it will fortify his ability to fuel a dangerous network, an outcome they cannot allow. Be warned, Le Chiffre is calculating and ruthless. He will not go down without a fight. Good luck.
All right, hi guys. We're just gonna show a little sneak peek of what's happening in the level. So we jumped in a little bit. Here 47 has already obtained this invite, and you can just, Jonathan, just play the video from here. And there's a guard that he sort of needs to deal with. And as we know, 47, everything in his hand is a weapon.
Right.
So he's using the trusty old suitcase. And of course he needs to hide the body, because if found, the level is gonna spiral out of control. And what he has in it is the sniper rifle. Hopefully he's just gonna use it now as a binocular.
So we can get a good look of the level that was built. We constructed a whole playable casino experience on the ground floor of Paris. So in true Hitman fashion, this is all participatory. You can sit down at any of these tables and play poker or play roulette with the NPCs. And obviously we're working towards playing poker against Le Chiffre.
Where did you get the invite from?
I got it from the gentleman in red by beating him at roulette. But there are many other ways to get the invite. Of course, Hitman is all about freedom of approach.
And here you are stashing the rifle, because we're going for a different approach in this playthrough. Trying to beat Mr. Le Chiffre at his own game.
I think he's just in the next room, and we're gonna get a chance to see the main attraction.
That is Le Chiffre, shadow banker and mathematical genius. You need to stay on your toes. He has never been defeated in a poker game.
And there we have Mass, or Le Chiffre in all his beautiful 3D glory. He was
I mean,
so
Mads has
good
been
with
in a
the
game
voice recordings,
before.
and the way that he just jumped into that role was magnificent.
Mr. Reaper. RPG didn't tell me.
What was the game he was in last? It was a big game too. I think he was in
Idiot.
another 007 game, wasn't he? Or was it
Reaper.
like Call of
What
Duty or
is your
something?
name? Or is that your real name? I've never come across it.
Names are for friends. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Le Chiffre?
True. I'm just not fond of unexpected guests. I like to know who I'm dealing with.
Me too.
Shall we begin?
After you.
And Basin is still doing a very solid job as Mr. 47.
How can I find IMDb has a
So I know this
video
was
game section, right?
sort of a dream come true for you to
Yeah. Like as a Hitman developer
Actor
and fan, I always
previous.
wanted to make a casino level. It's like, it's a no-brainer, right? And having Le Chiffre and Mads Mikkelsen, it's like it's the perfect combination.
If you can beat the Chiffre, he will be financially destroyed.
Oh, he's in Death Stranding. That's right. Yeah.
The rest.
Death Stranding.
What a pleasant surprise. Mr. Smith. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
007 Quantum of Solace.
Go back, don't we, Mr.
And 2008, yeah.
Yes.
So he was in
Reaper.
This is
he was
terrific.
in a 007 game.
Shall we continue?
As in a 007 crossover game with Hitman.
Guests,
That's
welcome
funny.
to the IP room here at the Casino Monarchique. I am Monsieur Jameson, and I will be your dealer tonight. As per Mr. Le Chiffre's arrangements, we are going to play a cash game of Texas Hold'em poker. Your pre-board chips have been placed on the table before you.
Okay.
As in any Hitman game, the player is always free to, like, freedom of approach is sort of the staple of the series.
The small
As you-
blind will be Mr. Le Chiffre.
As you can see, he has a silenced pistol holster.
This
so
is very
the
old
player
school
could just
E3
take out the
presentation,
Chiffre
man. Let's play the
House,
game live and show you how it
but
works.
We're doing something different here.
Mademoiselle Bai.
I'm calling.
This is interesting.
Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I'll call.
I'll now deal the flop. Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I think I'll bet 4 million.
It's not a bad hand, two pairs.
47, your hand is
They're literally playing poker.
Quite big.
I mean, there's other poker
65%
games.
odds. I think I'm gonna call.
Oh, it tells you the
Raise
odds.
him. There he is, touching his
Call.
forehead.
Okay,
Nice.
that's a tell.
Monsieur Smith. Call. Mademoiselle Bai.
I'll sit this one.
Oh, so they make him have tells too?
For the turn.
That's crazy.
Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I think I'll bet.
That's such a repeated line, man. Make him.
Reaper. 47. Have
They
you
should.
noticed
They should record
Mr.
a few different takes.
Like he has a tick. I
Yeah.
think he's bluffing. Raise him.
Okay.
We're sitting on a full
So
house.
this
so
is bluffing.
Seems like good advice.
Raise.
Oh my god, just okay.
It is now
Pick a
8
position, man.
Monsieur Smith.
I don't have the hand for this. I'll fold.
Monsieur Le Chiffre.
It looks
There we
like
go.
it's
That
time
one was
for
different.
me, Mr. Reaper. Call.
Last community card. The river. Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I
It's
think
it's
I'll
the same
bet
one.
4 million.
Monsieur Reaper.
Seems like a slam dunk.
Raise. The bet is now 8 million euros. Monsieur
Okay.
Chiffre. Call. Gentlemen, showdown, please. Monsieur Le Chiffre. 4 of a kind.
He
Oh,
flipped
no.
the tell. Unfortunate.
Huh.
Oh
He has
no!
us beat.
Wow.
The Reaper.
Take out the gun. Shoot him.
Show your hand. Show your hand.
Monsieur Le Chiffre wins.
Well played, Mr. Reaper. But alas, not good enough. Are you feeling okay? You look a little pale. You should never accept a drink from a stranger.
47.
Hmm.
I detect poison
Oh, shit.
in your biomarkers. Le Chiffre's signature poison. Keep calm. We've prepared for this. We have an
You should do
antidote
this,
in the stash point in the parking lot. Now go.
I need to use the bathroom.
All right.
If you insist. We will take a 30-minute break and then resume.
Just walk out of there calmly.
Okay.
Sound of fucking juice. Okay. You'll take it from here. Yeah.
How many people? I see empty seats. There's no way this place is packed.
When we were playing this, Eskil was giving me instructions where to go. He's like, go left, go right, go down the stairs.
Run, run.
IO Interactive was owned by Embracer Group, right? And they bought themselves
I'm
out,
just
I
gonna
think.
throw a hammer at this guy.
Just trying to think, like, what kind of E3 presentations have they been in before where they're like, yeah, we want to do that. We want to bring that back.
You need to pick up your pace, 47. You have 20
They're a
seconds.
Danish company, yeah, in Copenhagen.
Doesn't
Oh,
seem
cool.
viable. I hope the poison isn't lethal.
Okay, yeah, I remember. Okay, they used to be owned by Square Enix. So they would have been in Square Enix E3 showcases before. Square Enix used to do quite a bit of those, and then they stopped.
47, can you hear me? 47. 47, come here.
While they failed that demonstration.
It's under control, General. It's just a minor snag.
Right, they were under IDOS. That makes sense.
Oh, he'll talk.
Acquisition by IDOS Interactive for the Hitman releases from 2004 to 2006. So, in that
I'll keep you
third game release, when they were known hits at that point, so they got hired by a big publisher. Then IDOS would have got acquired by Square. Yeah,
well. I felt
the games
for
return to
this
Hitman.
I must confess.
Management buyout.
I've enjoyed. Do you know why I'm good at cards, Mr. Reaper? I can read people. I could spot Mr. Smith a mile away, and the two others I know. But you?
Oh, and then Square Enix wanted to sell IO,
What can I say?
and then that's when they bought them.
Yeah, well, I have a lot riding on the game tonight, so I get nervous when a total stranger suddenly turns up, and I just can't work him out. Okay, let's not waste each other's time.
Oh, and they lost during that buyout. They lost the IP rights to Kane and Lynch and Mini Ninjas. Square, I guess, kept those IP. I don't think they're going to do anything with those
I
though.
was hoping to outsource that
Why not sell them?
demo.
So you do know something.
So I don't think we're ever going to see another Kane and Lynch game.
I will not be killing anyone tonight. So tell me who you are and what you're doing here.
Oh, Hitman 2 was published by WB. Interesting.
Right. If that's how it's going to be, you are giving me no option but to take more extreme measure.
I'm sure I can handle it.
Don't be too sure. I've picked up a thing or two over the years that have proven quite effective.
Why don't you show me?
You are something.
You got a game to play. The general won't be happy if you don't.
Yes, I know. Shame. Guess we'll just have to wait. I will be back.
Can't wait.
Keep an eye on him.
Doesn't he also want Agent 47 there at the table?
47, can you hear me? The Shifra is going to come back and kill you. You need to get out of there. Use any means possible.
We're it off there, and if you want to find out how to get out of that pickle, you can play it right now because it's out.
Oh, that's where they're ending it. Okay. I would say talk to guard. And like knock out the guard. Like good, like headbutt to the nose.
Guys, all right. I hope you guys all enjoyed
Works
that little
makes
sneak
works
peek
makes
of
it.
the booth.
This
And for
feels
everybody
like
in the room, that
a
will be
2006
playable out in the
E3
lounge. But
conversation.
what's even better, for everyone watching online, it is free to play right now.
Mhm.
You don't even have to own the game. Go to the store. You can play the mission right now. And you know what? Let's go ahead and take another
Okay,
look at
I
what's next for
I missed a lot for my
Introducing
free game
Vero,
showcase or
our
free
Chief
games
Development
video.
Officer at IO.
I did say at the end of the video, hey, there might be more things that are free. Make sure to watch the showcases. One of those things was not in the showcase.
Hello.
It's pinged in my free
25 years
game
of
deals Discord.
Hitman.
If you don't know what I'm talking about,
Beyond the
youtube.com/@freevideogames, and then tillplays.com/deals.
elusive target
YouTube
coming to
channel,
the world
Discord.
of assassination. One will go live this fall, the second one in the winter. And these will come to the world of assassination with a lot of different new challenges, but also feature contract and twist drop. So stay tuned. Hitman is also expanding onto multiple new platforms. In fact, the pod in the lounge are running natively on the newly launched Nintendo Switch 2. And we encourage everybody here to go and have a go at it. And following the amazing reception of Hitman in VR,
Wow.
we wanted you to know that our team back
That's
home
gotta be cool,
is
actually.
extremely excited to bring further enhancement and content in the update that goes live tonight. And there is more. Hitman, the World of Assassination, is a globe-trotting action fantasy. And now you can truly travel Hitman in your pocket. In the lounge, you can already experience the game running natively on iOS. Hitman promises the freedom to play however you want. You can now
Ones have got crazy,
choose
man.
a platform that fits the moment. So from PC,
I'm always surprised.
console,
I have an
VR,
old ass
and
phone,
mobile.
and it still plays. Like I don't play games often on it, but when I do things on my phone,
There is
it's
more.
crazy like how well it
And as a
works.
final twist, Hitman is also going analog. We are partnering with Mood Publishing to bring Hitman to life in a completely new format.
Hello everyone, Casper from Mood Publishing here.
Oh, yeah, we are. Okay.
At Mood, we specialize in making memorable board games. And today, I am beyond excited to share with you.
Is it Hitman Go the
teaming up
board game?
with our close friends at IO Interactive to bring a dream.
Because I
project
think
of
they
ours to
delisted
life.
that game.
Hitman, the board game, is coming to Kickstarter later this year.
In this one-of-a-kind multiplayer board game, players take on
A
the role
multiplayer?
as master assassins traveling the world to take on high-stakes targets. Every time you play, you compete against other players on the same job. Whoever can
Okay.
take down the target in whatever way they seem fit gets the payout and wins the game.
Just like in the video games, every board you play on invites you into an immersive world filled with culture and storytelling, providing a perfect backdrop
Multiple
for the globe-trotting
boards.
assassin. Fans will recognize many iconic weapons, memorable moments, and familiar characters. Hitman the board game promises to be a fun, competitive experience and the essential assassin game in every fan's collection.
That's it for now. The best thing you can do to stay up to date is to follow our page over on Kickstarter today. Oh, and if you'll excuse me, I have to get out of here before I'm compromised. Bye.
All right. We are prototyping and working closely with a great team at Mood. And I can tell you it feels really special to sit there with the other players, your fellow assassins, and you're trying to take out the target first. And speaking of playing Hitman with friends, we have one final sneak peek. We want you to team up with a friend and enjoy Hitman in co-op. So
Okay.
2 new playable characters, Stone and Knight, return from their appearance in our sniper co-op mode to a full-blown Hitman co-op experience. We invite you to play a set of exciting missions across our world of assassination, challenge you to rethink your approach now that you're going to play as a duo. So, it's still early days, but we can't wait to be back with more news on Hitman Co-op soon. Thank you.
Thank you so
Hitman
much,
Co-op.
Christian. For those of you who are with us today, you will have a chance to try the demo of the iOS version of Hitman World of Assassination in the lounge after the show. But that was a lot of exciting news for Hitman. News for the Anniversary Edition coming out in October, the release on the iOS, another on Switch 2, 3 new elusive targets coming in Le Chiffre, and a collab between 007 and Hitman, the summer roadmap, and the cherry on top of the cake, Hitman Co-op.
Right.
But now, let's dial in, focus, because what's next is a different kind of assignment. The stakes, global. The style, impeccable. The mission, for your eyes only. You know the number, you know the man, but you've never seen him like this before. It's time to step into the origin of the world's most iconic secret agent.
007? Yep. Oh, it's the same trailer from the PlayStation showcase. So they're probably going to show gameplay then?
He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with
I gotta turn this up.
same thing in the Navy.
His superiors.
So quiet.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No. And I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did
I don't know why it's so quiet.
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined.
Oh, the audio's off. The
He
levels
only
are off.
survived
Okay.
thanks to
Gotcha.
blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the endgame is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting.
Cool. Now we get to see gameplay, maybe? Or is it just the same trailer?
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
First light. Well, I like that. Earn the number. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the pre-order bonuses.
You liked it?
I did like it.
Not too bad. I still have goosebumps when I see this. We just revealed to the world a new James Bond game, the first one in over a decade. We're honored to be able to bring to the gaming world a
Yeah, 'cause it
007
was-
franchise for the players. Reimagine the first
When
steps
was,
of James Bond as a young yet rebellious air crewman who, thanks to his
instincts defied all odds and got propelled into MI6. We also reimagined versions of the characters that shaped Bond as we know him today, such as a younger and ambitious M, who strongly believe in the human judgment on the field. It's not only a faithful and original take on James Bond's origin story, but it's also an incredible action-adventure game, building on 25 years of mastering the agent fantasy at IO Interactive. Creative approach is what makes Bond defy the odds, and we want players to feel like Bond when they play First Light. But we will talk more about all that later this summer. And that would not be an authentic Bond experience without the partners who helped us design our vehicles, our costumes, and game moments. And we are working closely with NVIDIA to bring the latest ray tracing technology to First Light.
All right, what an exciting adventure. 007 First Light will release in 2026, so please sign up to your IOI account and get free rewards in Hitman and 007 First Light, and wishlist a game on your favorite platform.
Well, that's not all. As always at IOI, we want to reward our community for showing their unwavering support. With every significant milestone in our wishlist numbers, we will grant players additional rewards on day one.
Ooh, I'm sure everyone's speculating what those tiers will be. Well, I can't wait to know more about 007 First Light. When are we going to get more news?
We'll be back with a full gameplay reveal later this summer.
All right. Thank you, Hakan.
Thank you so much.
Everyone mark this in your calendars, and Bond returns later this summer with an actual gameplay. That's going to be absolutely incredible. So now let's see how the magic is done at IOI. Please welcome Ulas, Chief Technical Officer.
Well, this might actually be an hour long. They're spending a significant time on each game.
Hello everyone. This has been a transformative year for IO. The progress you have seen today across our games, trailers, and announcements is a direct result of our incredible talent in our studios, empowered by our tools and technology we built over decades. Every title we have showed today runs on Glacier, our own game engine, and Glacier has been continuous development over 25 years. That's not just a matter of the heritage, it is because no off-the-shelf game engine could handle the systematic complexity of Hitman and Bond, nor support the kind of cross-platform and performance we're delivering today. Glacier is a purpose-built for the kind of games IO makes, deeply interactive, technically ambitious, and globally scalable. What sets Glacier apart? Its modular design and ability to scale seamlessly across platforms from consoles to PC to mobile without compromising the creative intent. Glacier is the foundation that allows our teams to move fast, stay creative, and build the kinds of games that we believe in. And it's the reason we can deliver at the level of the quality and the scope of we've seen today. Thank you so much.
There's a lot of IOI games made with Glacier Engine, and I think it's safe to say they're all absolutely gorgeous. Well, now a few months ago, IOI announced a new publishing division. IOI partners with their first title, Mind's Eye, developed by Builder Rocket Boy. So let's dive into another world, a world that feels strangely close to home sometimes. We've seen the jaw-dropping trailers for Mind's Eye, the blockbusting thriller produced by Leslie Benzies and its team. Please welcome Adam Whiting.
When was this game announced? I don't remember.
Hey everyone, Adam Whiting here, Assistant Game Director at Builder Rocket Boy. really excited to be showing you all some new gameplay footage from Mind's Eye that comes out on Tuesday, the 10th of June, so not long to go now. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into the action here, straight into a mission.
The studio is based in Scotland.
Here we go. Straight into a mission from the latter third of the game.
Leslie
And at
Benzie
this
is
point,
known
Jacob
for
Diaz, our
work on the Grand Theft Auto
protagonist, has had his
games.
Mind's Eye implant reactivated, and he's accompanied by his companion drone. Now, this drone gives Jacob some unique combat abilities that we'll see during gameplay here. Now, we've worked tirelessly to create a very immersive and cinematic experience, and the story
I think
is a
this
key
was
part of
announced
that.
at.
So we've bleeped out certain bits of
Oh,
dialogue.
Mind's Eye
I
was
don't want to
first
spoil
teased at the
anything for
end
players.
of
Looking
the
forward to
Everywhere
delving into the
teaser at
narrative.
Gamescom
What I can say, though, is
2022.
that something very interesting has just taken place that's thrust the city into chaos. It's
Okay.
raining for the first time in years, and the city is under martial law. The military have moved in and are locking down the city.
Can you
Its
imagine if
automated
Ubisoft?
AI
It's,
systems
by the way, it's
that drive
confirmed
Red Rock
Ubisoft doesn't
have
have
started
a
to come
showcase
undone.
this year, but
Now,
can you
Rigby's
imagine
gonna
if
be
they did
assisting
have
us on this
one,
mission
and then
and
we
helping
got
us
like
navigate the predicament Jacob
just
finds
all the
himself in
stuff
right now.
that people have been asking
Now, in
for,
Mind's Eye,
like
players
fucking.
can't just run in all guns blazing, but instead have to
um,
navigate the environment methodically and carefully, looking for vantage points and
What's the game
environmental
called?
elements that can give them an advantage. There is no surefire, one-size-fits-all way to approach combat, but by utilizing the vast array of weapons and the potency of
the
the
Sam
combat drone,
Fisher game.
players can approach combat in a variety of different ways. Players can also utilize the lens device. Now, this is an AR contact lens that is the replacement for the smartphone in this world. And they can
Up
use
now.
this to scan the
Bothering me.
environment. And it'll actually help players keep track of where enemy targets are and help them strategize how best to neutralize them. And it also handily highlights pickups on the ground. So the DC-2 companion drone has a few key functions. One of them we're about to see right now is a zap ability. Now, this stuns targets, and it can be used to override electronic systems such as keypads and doors. It's also particularly potent against robotic enemies, as it temporarily disables them.
Brand. Splinter Cell. So imagine we got. I actually
Now,
got
we
a
try
list
and
of
keep players
games
immersed
here.
in the
We got a
narrative.
Splinter Cell
So we have
game. We got a
many
Rayman
cinematic
game.
moments,
We
and
got.
players seamlessly transition in and out of these throughout the course of the game.
Damn it! What's the thing I'm thinking of that has been like a long time since they said anything. Oh, we get the Prince of Persia remake that was supposed to happen, and then not Watchdog. I'm blanking on the other one. They did a remake recently of the first game I'm thinking of.
Oh, I think I'm alright. Those sky cars can withstand a lot of force. Well, it's not the drone I'm worried about, Rigby. It's me. I'm glad you're okay. Yeah. Right.
Oh, Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's the one I was thinking of. Imagine we get all of those, and then
we're on the
Ubisoft had
ground.
like a
We can
killer
see how the city
showcase.
feels different right now.
But no, I'm
Under
pretty sure like
martial
all
law,
of
the
those
citizens
are
of Red
on
Rock
hold or
have fled from the
canceled.
streets, and very few remain. This is in stark contrast to the other times players have navigated through this downtown area on previous missions, where it's full of life. The streets now have an almost eerie quality to them, as the main thing inhabiting them are the patrolling military vehicles and soldiers subjugating the residents of Red Rock. However, the military group that have taken over here are called Black Box. They aren't operating with the best interests of Red Rock City at heart. They have a different agenda. And as such, the robotic forces patrolling the streets are answering to them and are fighting against Jacob.
You want to tell me what you were doing?
At least you're not pretending you thought he was dead.
Why would I pretend that someone is dead that you
As players progress through the story, they face increasingly difficult enemies that are more tactically adept, as well as better armed. And as Jacob encounters these new factions, he gains access to their weaponry, adding to the player's ever-expanding arsenal.
Macedonian? I know Charlie helped you. And I know you spent a ton of time running around placing mystery devices
Now, the robotic enemies players encounter are also susceptible to the companion drone and its ability to hack them, making them work alongside rather than against Jacob. This is a key strategic element as they can cause a distraction, tank some of the shots for Jacob, or they can just be a useful and potent combat ally,
Cool.
using their advanced robotic weaponry to aid players in
Awesome.
battle.
Well, in that case, I'm just a little bit impressed back. I take it those little boxes you play caused the event we just witnessed. They were ODTs. Don't ask me what
As we've seen, the DC-2 drone also allows Jacob to use it to scout ahead, seeing through its eyes, so players can plan ahead and approach each combat encounter in a more tactical way if they choose to. I also want to highlight the music and audio design. We've got a really talented audio team, and they've really given Mind's Eye a unique vibe through not only its sound design, but also its soundtrack, building tension and ramping up the excitement as the action escalates. Now we're just going to jump ahead here a little bit as we're just about to approach a construction site, and Rigby is trying to help us navigate to a vehicle that she's having auto drive its way over to us. She's our eyes and ears right now, helping us navigate through this area.
Sorry, I'm yawning so much. I wasn't expecting to be live so late, but
well, at least she was. Now it's down to
shit
Jacob.
last minute.
Now, whilst Mind's Eye is a linear narrative-driven experience, we have built an entire city, and we use this in various ways. In situations like this, players can navigate through the terrain how they see fit, and they can find different ways to get to their objective. Some may be more fraught with peril than others, and players can use a DC-2 drone to figure out their best path forward. As you can see, there are a variety of different weapons to suit different playstyles and scenarios. Some of these laser-based robot weapons are particularly potent and a key part of your arsenal as you get into the latter stage of the story and are fighting highly trained military personnel as well as cutting-edge robots. We have a huge variety of different environments and locations that change things up, from slick urban environments to isolated desert locations, beautiful skylines to sumptuous vistas. Mind's Eye is full of spectacle and surprise, and we're really excited for you all to be able to play it next week.
Cool.
As you can see, players also have to keep their wits about them at all times, as these black box
because they're
enemies
coming
are
at you
quick,
from every direction.
agile, and tactical with how they'll try and flank Jacob from various sides. Now we can flee the area in the vehicle Rigby has sent over to us. However, the city has a different feeling right now. Instead of being full of traffic to navigate through, there are now military checkpoints the player has to try and avoid. The driving in Mind's Eye feels fun, responsive, and thrilling as you take corners at high speed, and we use this in a variety of different ways. Now, one of those ways is through Play Mind's Eye. During the story, at certain points, the player will find portals that allow them to jump into side missions and stories, some expanding the world and giving more narrative context, some are just there because we think they're fun. And players can also bring up the pause menu at any time and launch one of a variety of different missions, races, and other gameplay experiences, built by our team using our special no-code editor tools that make game creation accessible to anyone. And players on PC can select the Build Mind's Eye option to start building their own content and share it with everyone else at the press of a button. We've already got some exciting updates in the works that will allow players to build their own environments, not being constrained just to Red Rock City, and also adding in multiplayer. And when we add new functionality and features, we'll not just be highlighting it with our own Play Mind's Eye content, but allowing players to use these additions within their own content and tell their own stories through Build Mind's Eye. We're really excited about the opportunity Play and Build will give us, keep players engaged with new content on a very regular basis, and we're committed to the long-term vision of Mind's Eye, and are looking forward to you all joining us on this exciting journey together.
Xbox,
So you can pre-order Mind's
PS5,
Eye now to
and
gain access
Steam
to our
and
deluxe
Epic.
edition for free, and we're excited to see you all in Red Rock City on the 10th of June.
No Switch 2.
Thank you.
Game looks interesting. Coming out soon, so I'm just curious to
And
see what
lastly,
the
I just want to
reviews
thank
are
our
like.
partners at IOI for sharing this vision for the future of gaming with us, and for allowing us to be part of their special showcase today.
Adam, thank you so much. And
Cool.
thank you for all your hard work and efforts, and thank you for the team back at Barb, and thank you, Leslie. You've created an amazingly ambitious, awesome game, and we couldn't be more proud to work with you as partners, and we're looking forward to get this game out to the fans 10th of June. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We are out here in the lobby while you guys are inside exploring what is about to be available to you. I am with Nicole, the global brand manager for IOI Showcase, or no, IO Interactive. Yeah, you're like, and it's, but like beyond that, there has been so much planning and passion that has gone into tonight. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's been like a blast. I mean, like we are working on all these news, all these like new features, new addition to the Hitman game, and for like so long that actually in the end, being able to reveal everything tonight here and showcase it to the world for the first time is just like amazing. And we are super happy, and I'm super excited to be here and have like actually guests trying on some of our latest addition to the franchise.
Yes, and speaking of everything that's been revealed tonight, if you come out to the lobby after the showcase, sorry for everyone at home, even though you're able to try it out too, we'll have different pods where you can actually try out the Switch 2 and iOS version, right?
Yes, exactly.
So let's show us around a little
Yeah,
bit.
so we are gonna have here
That's
the
awesome.
Switch 2 version
how
of
many
the game
different
with like
versions
Eskil,
they
our
have
game
in this
designer,
game.
giving you a bit of tips and tricks on the game. And
Also,
over
this
there, we're
feels
gonna
very
have mobile
2006 too. You can play it on
pods ready.
It's a
And the game is coming
multi-platform
this summer,
game
runs
that's
next
also
week on
available
iOS.
on
And
your
for
mobile
everyone
device.
online and in the
mobile device
showroom,
with
we have a
the mobile
surprise coming up
version.
for you.
Except it would have been like a flip phone or like the first iPhone,
Oh, yeah.
like iPod Touch.
My memory's still a bit blurry. Remember this.
Diaz! Showtime!
I have these gaps inside my head.
Satellite gives us a 10-minute window. You made it.
That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned.
I feel like this guy, the main guy here, is a actor
All I
I've
know
seen
is that
before. Like,
Silvercorp
they
is a
modeled-
piece of my
modeled it after
story.
him. I don't know who it is.
I'll cover you. All this time you just wanted answers about the tech in your head? Are you kidding me? This thing has ruined my life.
You have no idea who you're dealing with. And what you did, you should have left you in the desert. This is not the first time we've had a fatal error with your tech.
Diaz, make it stop! Make it stop! You know what I have to do? This is the only way.
This game looks cool.
What's going on in there? It was an ambush. Do what you can. Do not lose her.
Like how you can use all stack too.
Proceeding on foot. I'm coming to you now. The search and rescue bots. They're malfunctioning. They're attacking us.
Oh hell yeah! That's cool. 2025. Yeah, it's very soon.
In his research, Dr. Morrison identified a paradox. A moment where machine learning would evolve past our capabilities of control.
Is this more of mindset? Yeah, it's more of mindset.
He called the first sign of this Alpha.
Cinematic trailer.
Welcome to Red Rock. Man, is it always this hot? You'll get used to it. Sort of. Not really.
Wow. Yeah, not bad, huh? It's the latest model.
Interesting.
Companies like Silver Corporation, instead of being thankful, have turned their
She's an actor too.
very stars and stripes that made them a success.
She's been in a few things I've seen. I know she was in Miss Marvel. I'm pretty sure she was in Miss Marvel.
Today's a very
She's the
special
same
day.
actor I'm thinking of.
Well, it's not every day we get to test the existential potential of man with machine.
This city loves me, Marco. I can spin this like I always do.
Oh, look up this guy.
I will not let them stop me.
So, hey man, oh, now we're just getting IO Interactive trailers. Yeah, I don't know who's voicing it. Yeah, so that actor, damn, it's so loud. The audio's been all over the place, the showcase. So that actor who plays the politician, yeah, I'm pretty sure she was in, yeah, she was in Miss Marvel. She's in Apex Legends. Oh, she's in, that's right, she voices Symmetra in Overwatch 2. In Overwatch, I guess. But I forgot about that. She's in Avowed. She's in so much stuff. Critical Role? She's in Creature Commandos? Principal. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft? I still have not watched that. She's in Stray Gods? Oh my gosh, she's in so many things. She's in X-Men 97 as a news anchor. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. She is in so many things. She's in a lot of video games. Spider-Man 2. One of Craven's Hunters. Oh my gosh, she's all over the place. She's in Starfield. Holy shit. Yeah, we're doing a panel, it looks like now. Yeah, Miss Marvel.
Everyone
She's
really did go to the
Auntie
bar.
Ruby.
Do we know?
What's going
Do we
on
know what
here?
order they're coming out?
Everybody's missing that's supposed to be on
Can
the
I give a
panel.
warning to everyone to come back in? Like, are they coming in? Are they coming out now?
This
Okay.
yeah, this is definitely a 2063 showcase.
The bar. We are about to begin the panel and Q&A. Trust me, you're going to want to come back in for this.
Okay.
All right, so speaking of the panel, we're going to go ahead and get started and bring out our guests. Shush your mouths. First off, well,
This
are
is
they back here?
hilarious. This is why
We got a
these
whole slew
showcases
of
don't
them.
exist anymore.
Who's gonna
It's
come out of
better
the
to
curtain
pre-plan the
first?
videos and then just post it live.
All right, we have Adam, who you saw earlier, David Bateson, our voice of Agent 47, Mads
Oh,
Mikkelsen,
he's all dressed up
everybody.
too.
Woo! Hakan. Oh, yeah, we have Christian and Ula. So we have everyone, the whole team here today. See, told you wanted to stick around. Look at you guys. Everyone's so handsome.
This is a full, I
Okay.
wasn't expecting a panel.
So we're going to have a couple questions that I'm going to give our panelists, and then we're going to take some questions from the audience. But I think what would be really special is starting off with, you know what, a little story. Because Mads, David, you guys have known each other from before Hitman. And I know there's a little anecdote that can be told here that's quite special.
Mads
Yeah,
drinking
it's
Voss water.
this is a real premiere. Mass and I worked on a small film together back in 98, 99. You was
94.
Oh my God.
You're that old, David.
Who am I again? Anyway, you were at drama school, which is so scary. We did this little movie. It was a love triangle. He was having an affair with my wife. Yeah. And the short story is this. I go away hunting. It's set in 1895, a long time ago, right? I go away off hunting. He turns up to seduce my wife. She's putting sheets out on the line, and he starts sneaking up and fumbling around with my wife. And anyway, he did something. I'm watching the scene. He's about 25, 30 feet away from me. I'm standing next to the director. We got a monitor in front of us, and I'm watching it live. He goes and leans against this pole as she's putting these sheets on the washing line, and he's like, waiting for you. I'll wait. And then he does something which totally rocked my boat. He starts spitting because he's such a romantic guy. No, he's looking at her. His arms are folded, and he's leaning back, and he just goes, and he does this a couple of times. So I lean across to the director, and I'm going, wait a minute, that's not very sexy. And I'm looking at him doing it live, and then I looked at the monitor, and something was insane. It was brilliant. It was sexy and raw and just, I'll let you finish, and then you're mine. The point is, I leaned across to the director during the take, and I whispered to him, Sarah, to go, what did I say? Yeah, I've got to get this right because that's right. Oh, yes, right. I said to him, does Mass know what he's doing? And the director leaned over to me and said, I don't think so, but don't tell him. Because it was insanely good.
It worked on your wife, though.
No, I'm rather pleased about that because she's here tonight. No, but that was maybe a sign of what was to come. And I've waited 100 years to tell you this story of the talent I saw that day, and he was still studying at drama school. So, yeah.
What a weird
give it
story.
Up for Mass.
Yeah, thanks.
Weird ass story, man.
Yeah, I didn't know. I walked into the room today, and the guys were pitching me the game, and I was watching it, and all of a sudden the hitman comes in, and I'm like, wait a second, is that David? So it was my very first thing I ever did.
Yeah.
And I got to shag his wife and kill him.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let's see what happens in this game.
Yeah. We'll call it 50-50. We'll call it a draw. Yeah, you killed me, asshole.
It's so rare that, you've been able to work together for so long on different projects. It's actually an incredible story, and I'm happy that you were able to share that with us today, because when else would you have been able to tell that story otherwise? Yeah.
Thanks.
But I had no idea that you were Hitman.
No, but you killed me first.
And maybe
let's see what
second.
happens.
All right, so Mads, what was it like to reprise your iconic role as Le Chiffre for this Hitman mission, and how is it different than the movie?
It's different in the way that I'm not in a studio, I'm not in a set, I'm not wearing a costume. So obviously this is an imaginary world. I think I was doing the recording in Spain, and you guys were sitting in Denmark. And I knew the game because my son has been playing it forever. And how I fit in, I didn't know at that point, but I got a lot of notes about it. And then you guys was pitching every scene. And eventually I realized, why don't we just do every line in 5 different versions? And then you guys can play around with it. And that's kind of how I approached it because I mean, there's so many different opportunities in every scenario. So to tell me how that worked half an hour for every scenario would be me standing there for 2 months. So we just dived in there. I don't know how you guys are doing it, but I mean, you might have a little more visual to work with.
No, I have nothing.
Okay, here you go.
I'm kind of all alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a different approach, obviously. I mean, it was great to come back to him. I was always, when I did the original, I loved the film, but I was always super angry when I read the script that, I mean, a Bond film, I'm an ex-gymnast, I'm really good at stunts, and the most crazy stunt I did in the film was folding 2 aces. It was like, oh God. So I'm so pleased that this character has actually got his hands on a little more.
Yeah.
You do any motion
Listen,
capture?
I think what's cool about this
Actually get those
is
stunts in?
unlike the film, obviously, you get as a player to approach the target, in so many different ways. And I find that infinitely interesting to use your imagination that way. Although I liked what you did to me to James Bond in the movie. So that's another story.
Well, he deserved it. He took my money.
Yeah. Asshole.
All right, so David, you've been the voice of Agent 47 for many, many years now.
Many.
How do you keep the character fresh and engaging for both yourself and the fans?
How do
you keep the character fresh?
Oh, well, listen, in a way, it's kind of easy. I don't know if you have this thing, but when I treat Agent 47 as my best friend, as I mentioned earlier, so I kind of thinking, I'm going to have a good time hanging out with my best friend. We'll work it out. But here's the other thing. I know he's this emotionless character without feelings and without moral. He's a killing machine. But I treat him sort of like a Frankenstein's monster in a way, that he's somewhere deep, deep down inside. He's looking for some kind of humanity. And though the dialogue is written very ice cold and it should be delivered that way, I try to sneak in some kind of curiosity about how it might feel and to kill, or to what's this person going through. And secondly, I think of his backstory about wanting to know where he comes from. So it's a primitive thing, but I just keep having that in my head.
That's really cool. And Mads, you already talked about the difference between voice acting,
questions on
being in
the
the
actors
booth,
here.
and then being on set. Did you enjoy the experience?
Yeah, it was super fun. Both of the things were fun. It was obviously fun to revisit him for a number of reasons. Also to just see that even though he looks young in the game, his voice is kind of more rusty now. It's apparently my mistake. No, it was super fun. I mean, you rarely get the chance to revisit a character in the movie business. You might do it on theater, but in the movie business, it's over, it's done. And then, what is it? Is it 18 years? Yeah. 18 years ago, I did that character. And then he looked good, and I was happy to see him again.
Oh, you still look good. All right, so you face off Agent 47. Who is the world's best assassin?
Ooh.
In another high-stake poker game, how would Le Chiffre go about destabilizing such a fearsome opponent?
Well, obviously, Le Chiffre normally has henchmen and people to do the dirty work. So in terms of assassin, it's obviously Hitman. But
I don't know if I should be watching this whole
if you
panel.
face him,
I don't know how
in his
long it is.
environment, I
They
think
said a
it's
few
gonna be
questions and then questions
It's
from
going to
the
be a little uphill
crowd,
battle for
but
Hitman.
Yeah,
To be honest, I don't think that's
I
it's a
think you're
packed
right.
room, so
I
I don't know
mean,
how many questions they're
you,
gonna
you
go through.
mentioned earlier to me that it's not just about me trying to kill you by winning at poker. There's a lot more going on, and I think I don't know. When James Bond stands there, you're kind of going, yeah, it's gonna end well. But I think it feels more even. The playground, the playing field feels much more even, which is cool.
Yeah, and if you were playing Hitman yourself, Mads.
If I'm playing
Yeah, if
Lucifer,
if you were playing the game yourself.
or if I was playing Hitman trying to kill myself,
Yeah. would you go in head on or would you be stealthy about it?
I really can't answer that. But I know who's gonna really enjoy killing me. My son. I mean, there's like a ton of ways to get past my character, and I can't wait to see his face going like, I have to do this again. So that's gonna be fun. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're obviously playing Hitman, and it's a strange suicidal process for me to imagine that. Well, I'll download it. I'll play it. We'll see where it goes.
So if you had to give Agent 47 one piece of advice for his mission against you, what would it be?
Yeah, give Agent 47 an advice.
Oh,
why would I? Yeah, I think it would be a smart choice to beat me at poker. That would be the easiest way for him. And if he can't do that, it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not going to be easy killing this guy. I would just say this. I never thought of that before. Your son's going to be out there killing you. Well, I have news.
Probably
for you.
playing right now.
Oh, no. Well, listen, I walked in on my daughter when she was playing Absolution some years ago, and she turned around and said, Dad, it's so cool hearing your voice in my ears as I strangle this nun. And I thought, can we just keep that inside the room? Yeah, so good luck.
That's incredible. So, Christian, what core themes or tone did you want to capture in the Bond story that sets it apart from previous interpretations of the film or the games?
Well, first of all, we're changing subject here.
Oh, yeah,
But
getting serious.
Absolutely, I just want to say it's absolutely a blessing to just see the two of you together, and like for us to dream about it, Hakan and I, as you can probably imagine, it's been a really, really special mission for us, and it's been really enjoyable. Regarding a Bond, I think what we really wanted to find at the core was a young version. We kind of talked about the difference between who's 007 and who's James Bond as a concept. Trying to find out like how does he become the number? How does he, as we also talk about, the game is about earning the number, but it comes at a price. So we needed to figure out who is he in his sort of his raw form, and what does being an agent actually do to him. And I think that's what we're really interested and curious about in the game as well.
That's really cool. So, can you tease any unique mechanics or innovations that sets this game apart from any other stealth or action titles?
Well, I think we're combining some really interesting elements. Like, we're well known from Hitman games with a lot of freedom of approach, and obviously Bond is a little bit different, but he has a really big layer of improvisation, and just he happens to get in trouble, but he also happens to have a lot of different solutions. So we
I
wanted
like
to
that.
capture but I think
Like
the biggest
having
thing for us was to make
this team
seamless
and this
interplay
developer,
between,
this publisher,
physical melee
handle
action
a
and,
Bond game
really good
makes
shooting
so
from
much
that.
sense.
So it feels like you have a
And
lot of options, whether
we've been
they're
seeing
in
that a
the
lot
sort of
too, like
action part
even
of
like
the
on the
game,
Marvel
or they're
side,
more like,
to get the Cosmic
using your
Invasion
skills
game,
as a spy.
and
To be
the
honest, I can't imagine
Kokum.
another duo of games that
What's
fit
the
more
game
perfectly
called?
together.
Hold on, I actually wrote it
that
down.
that share the
It's the
same.
new. It's the other
mechanics and
Marvel
everything,
fighting
yeah.
game. It just makes sense.
So let's switch it a little bit. Adam,
Where was
Mind's
it?
Eye looks like it blends narrative depth with action. What's the core experience you want players to walk away
Like
with?
Yeah, I mean, we've really
Man,
strived
I don't
to
even
make
remember
a
where
very
this was. This
immersive
was a
cinematic
PlayStation showcase,
story.
right? Yeah,
I think the
PlayStation.
kind of key
Where's
experience
PlayStation?
on players have is kind of feel like
Tiny
they're playing
builds.
through their favorite action
What?
movie, but they get to
Where
be the protagonist.
did I write down
They get to be in control of
PlayStation?
the action, and they get to go between these wonderful action set pieces. They get to
Like,
immerse themselves and kind of meet interesting
Yeah,
characters.
Marvel Token.
And then
Token
just like
fighting
high
souls.
action, tension, and drama and spectacle.
You know, like that
and
kind of
we're
stuff
really
just makes
excited
sense.
to get players in Red Rock on Tuesday.
That's
The
exactly Tuesday. That's wild. And what would you say sets Mind's Eye apart from
Arcane
other narrative-led games
Austin
in terms of like
doing
gameplay or
Blade.
structure?
Yeah, I mean, certainly there's a kind of a few unique things I'd say.
Like me
I mean, in
personally, I feel
particular,
like
you know, we're trying to strike this balance
the
between having a
Wolfenstein
very
team
well-paced story,
should like
but then
they
also
just
giving
did
players lots of
Indiana
opportunities,
Jones.
have like kind of
I don't know if
excursions and
like
adventures.
personally that
And
would
I
make
think
sense
Play
for me, but
Mind's
it
Eye
seems
is
to
a
have
really elegant
worked
way
out
to
really
do
well
that.
for them.
As you're
But
playing
I
the story,
feel
you
like
encounter these
they're
portals and they
the
give
prime
you
candidate to
glimpses
make a
into
Captain
into
America game.
characters' backstories.
I think
Sometimes they just
that's.
slice
I
off of
feel like that
gameplay.
just makes
But if you
sense.
don't want
If
to kind of
Marvel's
like
like
break your immersion or kind of like you just
branching
want to
out
press
and
through the
reaching out to
story,
developers to see
they're
like
waiting
who's
for
a
you in the
right
Play
fit
Mind's Eye
for the
menu, and
property.
that's a
I
place
feel
you're going to be
like
populating with
they
lots of
should
great
be
content.
reaching out
Yeah, every few weeks
to
there'll be
that
new stuff
team.
in
I
there,
don't
new
know
bits of
how
gameplay.
big
And
fans
I
of
think it's
Captain
going to be
America
really
they
exciting
are,
for
but I
players.
imagine there's some interest there
Yeah, and
at least.
Hakan, the man himself, with Hitman World of Assassination now seen as a modern classic in stealth gaming. How do you view the franchise's role in defining IOI as a studio today?
Well, Hitman has been, without a doubt, our flagship franchise. It all started with Hitman in a cellar, and 25 years later, here we are. And I would say many good games we've done throughout the years. But Hitman: World of Assassination is kind of the culmination of long time coming of a franchise that really found itself, found its platform, and it's something. It's something we started 13 years ago, 14 years ago, envisioning and working on it, and then starting it like from one episode to one game to three games, all melded into one universe. And it's been a long road, but like as you saw today with the co-op edition, which we are extremely excited about, it's something that
Is
when we say it
something
never
of
sleeps,
a
it never
I'm a
ends, we mean it.
newbie for Hitman. I think I tried
That's
playing
beautiful.
one game and
So,
there's a
with
free
everything that has been
weekend.
said and everyone that's on this
Um,
panel right now, thank you so much for
is it a
today.
mission to mission
I want to
game or
open
is
it
there
up
an
to the
actual
room
like
for any
overarching
questions.
story where I should be playing these games?
Oh my God,
Let me
how do
know.
we do this? Oh, you have a mic. Okay, so
Hands up and
yeah, hands up if you have a question. We got one right here in the middle. In the middle.
They're so
in
not
the
prepared for
middle.
this.
Oh.
Yeah, this is
Well,
not
then
a.
Yes,
There's
yeah,
empty
okay,
seats.
we're gonna start on the
Um,
edge, I guess.
It's not a. It's not a completely packed room.
Hi.
As far as I can tell,
so
it looks
one
like
of my
there's some
questions
empty
is
seats.
specifically for talking about
Yeah.
the new Bond game.
Yeah.
Bond has
It's
had
not a big
different
room.
types of pacing.
There's not gonna be a lot of
depending on
questions.
the era of film that he's in. So I wanted to know, for First Light, are you all looking more towards a specific Bond? Are you moving faster or slower? And how are you all kind of drawing your inspirations from the different film eras of the character?
Want to take that, Hakan, or should I?
I can take it. Well, I think we've been asking ourselves that question: what is actually the inspiration for our Bond? But I think from the get-go, we tried to kind of leave that out. There's so many good legacy from 60 years of this franchise, but we really the whole spirit and core of First Light is to create something original, something that stands on its
The
own, something that
Hitman
we
actor
can
looks
call
confused.
our
I
Bond for
feel
the
like he
gamers.
doesn't know
And
this.
so
There's
I think
a
it's
Bond
difficult
game,
to say he's
like a
more
full
like
Bond game.
Roger Moore or more like Sean Connery and whatnot. I think he is his own young man, and I think where he differs the most is he's not like on top of his game with very comfortable in tuxedos and with the martinis yet. This is actually something he will learn along the way, right? So it's a young man, very hopeful, very optimistic. That's gonna grow through this experience. So I like to say that hopefully you'll feel that as well when you get the game in your hands. That we created something unique and on its own.
Hello? Hello, hi. All right. First of all, First Hitman I ever played was on Dreamcast. I'm aging myself here. You guys
Wow.
are amazing. Yes, the Sega Dreamcast. So thank you.
That makes sense.
And Mads, I just got done
2000.
playing Death Stranding. You are amazing. It is awesome to see you in another game. So I had questions as far as your approach with this one versus the last one that you did. Was it any different, or did it just feel like you just jumped right back into it?
I'm thinking, when am I playing The Lion King?
They belong in the same worlds in the sense that I don't have a setting. There's no sets. But the other one was more physical. That we were dressed up in green tights and had
Oh, I
dots
think
on our faces and a
Sunday I'm
camera up
playing.
here. And luckily, I wasn't the only one. So
It's
and
just
here
the
it was
Dreamcast just flashed you back to like, oh,
it
retro
was a
games.
pitch
Like
a
I missed
couple
out
of
on
months before I
Dreamcast. There's
did
a lot of
it, and we
stuff I want
talked
to
back
play.
and forth about
Like
it,
I've been
and then I
playing
went
some
to the
retro games
studio and I
lately. I
did the
played
voice for it.
God of War.
So
and I'm
there
like,
was
oh,
a difference
I was
for
supposed
sure.
to finish The Lion
Both
King,
had
and then
one thing in common. I had
this
no
came
idea
to
what was
head
going on.
because the guy just mentioned Dreamcast.
I had a hunch, but so what I saw today was just mind-blowing fun because I in a film I will be in the midst of it. Here I'm on the outskirts of it, and then I see the product later. So it's I'm like you guys. I'm like crossing my fingers. Yeah, yeah.
How long is the panel going for? So
Thank you all for your time this evening. Very much appreciated. I want to get to the topic earlier about how Bond and Hitman share a lot of connective tissue, a lot of similarities. While that is an advantage, it also creates a bit of a pitfall. You don't want to make a Bond game that resembles Hitman a little too much. So what is the team doing to kind of avoid that?
That's
and
a
make
good
sure
question,
They
yeah.
can stand by themselves as two now new pillars for IO.
So I think you're absolutely spot on. The journey we went on to even imagine building a Bond game was a journey of trying to figure out where is it not Hitman and where can we lean
I'm
in
trying to
on
figure out where
the,
the
on the
audio level
strengths
should
we
be
do
because
have.
sometimes it just spikes
And also
but
to
overall
Mass's
it's
point,
low.
just talking about the experience of actually being in a Hitman game. Hitman is a lot about like almost absolute freedom of choice. I know that probably stretching it a little bit too far, but we really want you to be able to like imagine all sorts of scenarios as a player, and you can then do them on your own terms, which makes it extremely hard for actors to actually know, wait, what's going on? Like and as the guys talked about, you have to record a lot of different reactions. Writers typically have to accept that what they write might not ever see daylight. People might not see it. They can miss it. I think Bond is like natively different there because obviously we're telling a story. We're telling a story about a young hero, and obviously Agent 47 is an anti-hero, and we are driven by the story. We're driven by the plot, and that sets a certain type of pacing for the game. And so if we leaned 100% into Hitman, that pacing and that drama would kind of not really be there because, well, I mean, most of you who've played Hitman know it stands still sometimes, right? You're just there in the middle of a level. You can just stand there and take it in and nothing happens. And that wouldn't really be great if we're doing James Bond.
That's
So
true.
I think you need to imagine that, yeah, we learned a lot about freedom of approach. We learned a lot about being creative with Hitman, and we want to inject as much of that as possible into a Bond universe and into a Bond story, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take one more
looked like that
question because
on
we
her
want to give
screen.
everyone time to go play the demos out in the lobby, okay?
Last question. I think all the microphones are different levels, or they're just not speaking correctly.
Can you all
into
hear me?
them
Okay,
levels.
there you go. Quick question about the characterization of some of the kind of iconic characters in the 007 franchise. We see a new take on not only Bond, but a new take on all of those characters as well. Can you talk a little bit about how important it was to kind of change that up as well for the team and give a new, fresh take on some of the iconic characters that we've seen in that series?
Okay, yeah, I'll happy to answer that. So obviously, like as you can imagine, there is a vast legacy with those characters, and there are so many interactions that people expect and they want to see in the game, and so we're obviously very mindful of that. And obviously, in the future, like not for now, we'll dig into how that unfolds. I'm sure you saw in the graphic behind Hakan when he was talking about Bond, we introduced a new character to the mix between Moneypenny, M and Q, and so we're obviously super excited to talk a little bit about that as we move forward. But for now, you know, we'll save some of that ammo.
I'd like to remind everyone that we're going to continue to do interviews in the lounge and I think in here as well. But we are going to conclude that for the night. Thank you guys so much.
right.
And thank you for everyone who's watching to celebrate this with us.
Looks good. Interested.
They
I gotta
deserve it
I gotta go
all.
on like a 007 marathon
Thank you so
because
much.
I've only seen a few movies. I'm actually I don't even remember what I've seen. So
Oh, and it's free to play.
yes, the mission. Yep. So yeah, Mind's Eye. Are they gonna be doing panel for Mind's Eye as well? That'll be the end of the showcase. OI showcase. Yep. I think that's the end of it. So well, that's where I'm gonna end it anyway. So yeah, 007. So First Light, 007. Sign up to IOI account to unlock on duty outfit and Gilded Wraith weapon skin. Just to make an account. What's interesting here is look, this is coming out for PS5, Xbox, Steam, the Epic Game Store, and Switch 2. This truly is a fully multi-platform game. I doubt this coming to iOS like the Hitman games, but let's look at Mind's Eye here. Mind's Eye is just for Series X and S, PS5, Steam, and Epic. I imagine it could get ported later to Switch 2, but that makes sense, those platforms for sure. And then are they gonna have details on the Hitman? Oh wait, they got more trailers.
Your target is the elusive shadow banker, known only as
That's the same
Lashif,
trailer.
a financial mastermind with suspected ties to the criminal
Same trailer.
underworld.
Event-
He has arranged a
right
high-stake
here.
poker game at the Casino Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have deemed this unacceptable.
I've invited these people for a reason. I know their weaknesses. Mr. Rengang, he's too impatient, and Miss Bry, well, she likes a drink.
Is this the same trailer?
Don't know about the newcomer, Mr. Smith, though.
No, it is, yeah.
He's the only wild card. Well, this is turning into an interesting evening.
Welcome to the VIP room here at the Casino Monarchique.
Reaper. Unusual name.
Names are for friends, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Le Chiffre?
This is also on everything here. What's interesting is they don't have the iOS, they don't have the Apple logo here. Yeah, PS5, PS4, Xbox. Wait, is this still on? Oh, I guess it says PS4. So I'm guessing this is on Xbox One. Yeah, it would have come out around the time of Xbox One, right? So this is the one game in the showcase that is last gen, and it does say Switch 2 and Switch 1. I didn't realize this was on Switch 1. Okay. Oh, this content for Switch has both Switch platforms have an asterisk. This content requires Hitman, World of Assassination in order to play on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. You don't need World of Assassination for the other platforms? Because I thought this was... Now I'm remembering, in the showcase, they said you can play it free on its own without the main game. Isn't World of Assassination the base game free? And you get like a free trial mission? Because I think I remember playing it that way. Is it a paid game? Did I just like play it off free weekend? I can't remember. I played World of Assassination as a free level. I remember playing that, and I thought the base game was free. Okay. So it requires Hitman World of Assassination in order to play on Switch and Switch 2. But the other platforms, not so much. I think that's the end of it, though. That's where I'm going to end the night. We'll be back live tomorrow all day. We're starting with the Humble Game Showcase at noon Eastern, going through back-to-back showcases until the end of the day with when's the Frosty Games Game Fest? I think that's at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. I can't remember. So yeah, me and Icy Arrow will be here most of the day. Some of the people may or may not show up. Court might show up. Lumi, who knows? Then Sunday is going to be the Xbox Game Showcase and then PC Gaming Show. I think a lot of us are going to be there. I think at least for the Xbox showcase. I don't know about PC gaming show. We'll have to wait and see. And that's going to pretty much conclude our Summer Game Fest coverage. I don't know what else is coming up or going to be announced. Matt might hit me up and say, I think he's just too busy though, but I know he wants to see the Black Voices and Gaming Showcase, which is on Monday. When it's live, I'll be busy. I was actually hoping to have that day free. So for any surprise showcases, I would be available, but unfortunately, I was not able to secure that day. So Matt might watch it. Matt might bug me to watch it later, so like we can both watch it. I feel like he's a very busy man. Got a lot on his plate, so we're probably not gonna watch that. I might watch it on my own for like my own channel, if I'm like looking at it separately, but. For the most part, that's our coverage. It's just gonna be this weekend, and then that's probably it. If there's a Nintendo showcase, if there's a Nintendo Direct, I imagine if one is happening, it's not going to be first party Direct. It'll be a third party or Indie World showcase. Either way, I still think either of those is too soon because the Switch 2 just came out and they just had a Nintendo Direct. But I feel like it has happened in the past where they were two very close Nintendo Directs together. I don't know if it might have happened more than once, but I'm pretty sure it happened at least once. So it's not out of the question. But it is E3 week. This is when they would normally have the showcase, but Nintendo is not like tied to that, you know. And this is a unique situation where they just had one and they just released a console. So I don't know if they really need to, but they might have agreements and obligations to third-party partners if it's a third-party showcase. And then maybe Indie World one if there's like a lot of indies that are just announcing games because this is the time of year to announce them, where Nintendo's like, all right, let's have a showcase of what indie games are coming to Switch 2. So that might be a possibility, but I'm not 100% certain. There's no confirmation of that. There are rumors online, but I think people are just speculating because of the time of year it is. And they're just thinking, hey, there's got to be more announcements for a new console launch, but I'm not convinced that there is going to be a Nintendo Direct. But if it does happen, I'll reach out to everybody at Spawn Trap, see how we're feeling, see if we're able to do a Switch 2 reaction. Nintendo typically likes to do those last minute. They'll announce them the night before, and it'll be early in the morning the next day. So that's likely not going to happen. If we knew ahead of time, like we did with the last Switch showcase, I mean, that's easier to prepare for. But we're just going to have to wait and see on this one. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Are you looking forward to any of the 3 games or missions actually this is available now. I didn't realize this. So you can play this mission now for Hitman World of Assassination. The other games are coming out soon, later. Are you excited for any of them? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you for the rest of the weekend for Summer Game Fest. This is fun. It's always fun to look forward to this every time of year. This time every year. So yeah, definitely excited for the Xbox showcase, so we'll see what's happening then. See you guys tomorrow.